Water crossing. Let's drink, shall we? That's a big mosquito. Nope. It's a spider. Laying web. You been paying attention to my water situation? All right. We started with 1,000 milliliters, roughly something over 32 ounces. And we are now around 250 milliliters or 8 ounces. We really need to stop and replenish right here. We don't have that far to go and we're losing daylight. So I think we need to press on. We have roughly a quarter mile to go, by the way. What's up, y'all? It's about 5 minutes after 9. I hadn't had anything to eat or dinner yet, but I figured we can talk for a moment. So we talked earlier about water, and I wanted to let y'all know how it normally goes down for me. I always try to figure out how many miles I'm going to be doing in first. Take today for instance, 2 miles. I had 1,000 milliliters of water. I felt like that should be enough. Not to mention we got the creek crossings, so there's always the opportunity to refill. However, typically the day before I hydrate heavily, regardless to whether I'm doing 2 miles, 8 miles or 10 miles. I always hydrate the day before heavily, and then I'm fully hydrated to hit the trail the next morning. So as went the plan this time, pre-hydrated the evening before. It works for me. And then I take water with me on the trail, refill as needed by filtering water, and I keep hydrated. I don't need to be out here getting cramps and having a hard time feeling crummy. I come out to have a good time. Take it as a tip. If you're going to be backpacking or hiking, you might want to hydrate heavily the day before and make sure to stay hydrated throughout the hike. Peace. Morning to you, everybody. Welcome back to WhiskyNwoods. It was about a 2-mile hike to get in. We fell off the trail a couple of times, but we managed to make our way here with just enough daylight left to set up camp. So here we are. Today though, we're going to be reviewing Ezra Brooks Straight Rye Whiskey. But first, I'm going to give you some information about it before we start the review. Ezra Brooks is said to be a bottom shelf whiskey, which means it's not expensive at all, and the quality for many is not top shelf. Produced by Luxco Inc., which was founded in 1958 in St. Louis, Missouri by David Sherman Sr. and Paul A. Lux. It is distilled at the Heaven Hills Distillery, sourced and aged in Indiana from Midwest grain product. Ezra Brooks is also bottled in St. Louis. Price is about $18 to $21 for a 750 milliliter bottle. As you can see, for the purpose of hiking in, we selected, this is about 2 ounces. They did something a little special with the labeling. It's kind of a matte finish, and that goes for the smaller 2-ounce bottle as well. It's a matte finish with a texture to it. I wish you guys could feel this. It feels pretty good. Coloring is green, white, and gold, and this is a very special thing they've done with the label, and I haven't felt it or seen this type of labeling on anything else that we've reviewed or I've tried otherwise. Ezra Brooks is 45% alcohol by volume, which means it's a 90 proof, made up of 95% rye and 5% barley. There is no age statement. It's likely 24 months and charcoal filtered in a new charred American oak barrel. Some reports say this particular product seems to be a result of an increase in rye sales, 27% in 2016. Luxor has many brands. To name a few: Arrow Liquor, Lady Blah Spiced Rum. Everclear. Among the vodkas are Pearl and Travasky. And the whiskeys, Ezra Brooks as well. Old Ezra 101, Rebel Yell, Blood Oak. Let me tell you about some of the awards. Let's see, in 2017, it got the gold medal in the San Francisco World Spirit Competition. In 2017, also a gold medal in the Global Masters Spirit Competition. So, let's, I've never had it before, so we'll go ahead and see what it's about. See, the oils doesn't fall. The color is nice, golden brown. I can smell the alcohol, of course. It does smell like a rye whiskey. A little bit of caramel. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of caramel. Let's see it. Let's see what it tastes like. It's strong. It is tasty. It's strong, but it does taste good to me. For a bottom shelf, it seems to have a good balance between its flavors and the alcohol. I can actually see drinking this with only, say, 5 drops of water, half an ounce of water. I don't taste a whole bunch of caramel, but there is some. The citrus comes out heavy. You know, quite often I say I don't know how oak tastes, but I get the char. I get the char heavy in this spirit. And the finish for me is a more of the same. It just decreases in its strength. It fades away, and it fades away. It seems to be a long, strong finish. Well, let's see what we're supposed to taste. It's supposed to be chocolate, fudge, leather. I don't know much what leather tastes like. cedar. I can see that. White pepper on the finish for sure. Spice and grains, vanilla. It's supposed to be hints of chocolate and fudge. I don't get any chocolate or fudge. Leather. I don't know what leather tastes like. Cedar, vanilla, and white pepper. The white pepper on the finish, yes. Cedar, not too sure about that. All right, it's supposed to be balanced, slightly sweet and oaky notes. Again, I get the char, not so much oak, slightly sweet. I think that's true. It's not, the sweet is not overpowering. It's not really, really sweet. It's a really good balance. I like it. All right, let's see what the finish is supposed to be like. So it's supposed to be a fast sweetness that fades into the rye. All right, so I haven't had, you've heard me say this before, I haven't had very many ryes. So I don't quite have a handle on what the rye is supposed to taste like. I'm hoping with experience, I'll gain that note, that tasting note. But for now, I'm gonna reserve comment on that, and then I'll do some research with rye versus other bourbons to see where the differences lie and how it compares to other ryes as well. It's supposed to have a finish of banana chips and honey. Banana. For sure, there is banana chips. Dried banana chip is quite a bit different from a fresh banana. Yep, I can taste that. All right. Overall, I think it's a good whiskey. And I'm going to wrap it up for Ezra Brooks. I think it'll be on my shelf in the future. Cheers. Thanks so much for joining me once again for Whiskey in the Woods. I'm Jolly, of course. We'll see you back out on the trail. And remember, don't worry about the best whiskeys. Drink what you like, however you like it. Peace. You saw me earlier using the Bohca Laplander. This tool has been part of my backpacking kit for, I would say, 6 years, and I love it. I carry it every time I go out, whether I get to use it or not. However, I think it's an essential part of the kit, especially when you know you'll be allowed to do a campfire. And I typically only go to places where campfires are allowed because it's just hella ambience, and especially on a cool or chilly night and morning, it helps warm you up. So let me give you some information about the Bohca. Bohca Laplander is 4.7 out of 5 stars on Amazon. And at the time of the making of this video, you can find it for about $21.50. It is called the Bohca 396 L-LAP. Bohca 396 LAP. It's a folding saw, so it's got a little button here, a trigger mechanism that when you press it, you can put it away, and it locks once it's put away, down into the handle. And likewise, to unlock it, you press the button and just fold it all the way out, and it locks there as well, so you have no issue with this blade or saw folding back on your fingers. All right, this is a 7.5-inch blade saw, and it weighs about 14 ounces. This is a XT toothing, and it's got about 7 teeth per inch. It's got a coating on it for rust proofing. Has a plastic handle here, and it's got a leather strap, as you can see. And once again, like I said, this has been a tool in my arsenal for some years now, and I bring it out with me all the time. So if you like it, check it out on Amazon, Bohca Laplander.